Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. There's an adage that says that it is the rat inside the house that invites the outside rats for food festivity. On this ground, the Yoruba youth have decided to send very strong message to the Yoruba elite, Southwest elites, and Southwest leaders about the attempted arrest of Sunday Igboho, which was all out in the media yesterday. And that's what we want to look at right now, because they are sending strong warnings to the leaders in Yoruba land. And it points to the fact that if anything would happen, then they should be ready to face them headlong. According to the youth, Yoruba youth have warned that nothing must happen to the freedom fighter Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho. The Yoruba youth, under the aegis of Odua Youth Coalition (OYC), which frowned at the alleged attempt to arrest Igboho by security agents on Friday, disclosed that Yoruba leaders will be held responsible if anything happens to Igboho. According to the group, in a statement on Saturday, which was made available, any attempt to harass, abduct, arrest, or kill Igboho will be fully resisted. In a statement signed by the OYC President Tr0uble Akintade, they berated the security agencies making attempt to arrest the Yoruba freedom fighter while ignoring bandits and their supporters who have continued to day the Nigerian state. The statement read, and I quote, it says, "We saw videos of the attack on Chief Sunday Igboho by the Nigerian security agents, and we at Odua Youth Coalition (OYC), a body of young Yoruba people, both home and abroad, are miffed that the Nigerian state abandoned abducted people, missing persons, terrorized persons, and bereaved communities to their fate while chasing shadows. Just days ago, we read that over 300 girls from a boarding school in Zamfara were whisked away by terrorists in broad daylight to an unknown place. Earlier, hundreds of students were also abducted in Niger State and were easily moved out of town to their hideouts. There was also the attack on a Katsina school where students were also taken into hostage and later released after non-state actor intervened. The list is endless. It is therefore unacceptable that the government, which should spend fortune on intelligence gathering and nailing these criminals, are only out for individuals and citizens who have described or decided to protect their own people. We wouldn't be surprised then if one or two Yoruba political and thought leaders are not involved in the attack on our chief Sunday Igboho yesterday. We will hold them responsible and come for them if and when anything happens to our liberator Igboho. The statement further read that, "Isn't it strange that these combined security agencies cannot arrest Sheikh Gumi, who knows the whereabouts of these insurgents, went into their den, negotiated with them, and still roam the street of northern Nigeria till today? Are we not ready to annihilate these criminals who have left their territories to feast on us in Yoruba land? Reason Chief Igboho is defending us in the first place. We warn again that any attempt to harass, abduct, arrest, or do any evil to Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho shall be fully resisted by OYC and our actors across the land. Our Yoruba leaders must be careful, as we have put them on total monitoring even as we continue to defend our land." This one is a serious one coming from the youths in Yoruba land. And for me, I am of the opinion that it's a good step, because most of the time when things like this happen and you begin to dig deep into it, you will notice that actually it's traceable to the people. You know, I could still remember some time ago that Igboho came out and was troubled over the fact that the Yoruba leaders, Yoruba people, are even the ones who are in front, pointing fingers at him. Don't forget that some time ago, some Fulani persons had to locate his house in Yoruba land, and they burned down the house. And most people, when they were talking about that issue, were of the opinion that there is nobody that can have that mind to come into the street where the house of Igboho was located and will burn it down without fears that he may locate them. That certainly there is an insider information that have gone to these people, and they told them, as at this time, the coast will be clear. You guys can now come in to do whatever you people desire to do. I think on that ground, that's why the youths are reacting the way they are reacting. And if there's any element of truth in what they are doing, it's totally wrong, you know, because first of all, before you become a politician, before you are respected by Nigeria in general, your geopolitical zone must first of all accord you that respect and recognition. So if you want to take that to mind, you now realize that you must also show them that you respect them by protecting your own people. No one is in support of protecting criminals like what we are seeing in the northern part of Nigeria. No one will ever want you to protect, criminals and those who are causing the people pain. But if there's someone who have decided to stand tall and they defend the territory of their own people, which we all know the soldiers are doing it, but possibly because of leakage here and there, they cannot do it, or maybe so much work in their hands, they are not doing it as they ought to do it. And someone decide to volunteer to say, well, the territorial territories of our own people, I have to protect it, and decides to do exactly that. I think all the required support should be given to him. And that's what Igboho is doing. Imagine what Ogun State is currently suffering. Don't forget that what Igboho did was actually in Oyo State. And when he did that thing, there was so much fear that came on the Fulanis, and they had to carry their cows and all their belongings and leave Oyo State. And when they left Oyo State, Dagbo Abiodun welcomed them into into Ogun State. Right now, the people resident of Ogun State are complaining bitterly that what they are passing through is unthinkable, that they are facing all manner of frustration coming from, these Fulani guys who have just come in to stay with them. The case is countless. If you check our feed, you're going to see the news there. How some of them were beaten up, marks on their body, just because they resisted them by telling them to stop destroying their farm. Some of them said that they even invaded their farm, and in the process of trying to stop them, they went a war. So just to show you that if you don't stand up to defend your own thing, nobody will do it for you. Now they have complained. Abiodun, it's for him. I don't know what he's doing about it. Yeah, the people, some of them have been arrested, but they need to be a lasting solution. And that is what Igboho is actually doing. That's why you are seeing so much support coming for him. I feel at this point that the youths, they say they are monitoring them, but they shouldn't take it so hard on the elders, just advise them and put a check on them to make sure that they are not going against, the people who are really freedom fighters. I would like to leave it there. What do you think by this threat that these guys have issued, the Yoruba youths have issued? Do you think it may culminate into something that may distort the peace that have been among the Yorubas? Let's interact.